What's up guys, that right there is the brand new 2019 Nissan Murano, and it was just unveiled here at the 2018 LA International Auto Show. In this video, we're going to learn everything you need to know about the new styling on the exterior, new styling on the interior, new tech and safety features, and a whole lot more. So be sure to watch the whole video to get everything you need to know on this 2019 Nissan Murano.
When you think about the Murano was actually the first car to actually establish this new theme that you see across all the cars. So the V-motion grille, the boomerang headlamps, the boomerang tail lamps, the floating roof, all that. This was like the birth of that. So now, but of course it was launched in 15 model year, right? It's time for a refresh. So we looked at the car, right? And we looked at kind of the stance of it, and really you see kind of the blackness that comes all the way through the car. This really give it much more kind of a vertical, proud feeling. So we started with that and carried that through, kind of reconnected the V-motion. So, the Altima had come up with it, kind of 2.0 V-motion, really to kind of give it a little wider kind of grille sense, but then through that vertical column of the black. So that was it. And then there's the lamps themselves. So we were so proud of these headlamps when we first came. It's got this kind of V-motion, got a V-shaped, shape in the headlamp with the LEDs. But really before it was a little too kind of technical, we thought. It was a little too broken up. A lot more smooth, a little more high-tech image now for the new lamp. So that's both front and rear. But then, fog lamps, the whole styling, how the integration of the lower grille, the cameras, now this car is looking forward with the forward emergency braking. We get this much more of a kind of a centralized, kind of well thought out execution was really the plan. Where before, things like the intelligent cruise control was a very low take rate type option, but nowadays that's mainstream, right? Forward emergency braking, you've got to have the camera at all times, so it's really integral to the styling and kind of to be more invisible. This is about connection of the existing lines to the front and the rear. So honestly, this is really carryover, but it's about when you decide how to do the lamp and how to do the grille, you really need to look at how it connects across the whole car. So of course we do have the new wheels on the car, so that kind of gives it this more of a high-tech feel. And then as you move around the corner into the rear tail lamps, before these were very, very kind of cutting edge when we first started. So we had kind of a very visible pipe in the light pipe in the rear tail lamps, and they're all LED. So both front and rear are full LED. Before we used to have LED as an option. Now we have standard LEDs front and rear, and this just kind of became a little more. I think a lot more smoother execution, and you can see the kind of the good distribution of the light and the pronounced feel. Where before it was a little more crisp with that round, visible LED. So a little more sophisticated, I think, was the goal here. So that was really kind of how we tied the front and the rear. We didn't lose the concept that the Murano started with, the kind of the boomerang essence, and we get a little more high tech kind of imagery to tie into what we've done on the inside. So first of all, the Murano itself, it's got kind of this floating seagull look to it. We kind of kept that alive. Now actually this is all this upper kind of a console IP area is all new. And really that was a combination of many things. One was the update to styling. The other was really to kind of take the next level on the safety, right? So now we always had a knee airbag on the driver's side, but now we have both driver and passenger knee airbags. We rebalance all the safety. There's 10 airbags in the car in total. And then in doing that, we wanted to maintain the feel of the seagull, the flying seagull look of the interior, at the same time updating the packaging for the airbags. Before we had a very high-tech image, and we kind of wanted to go to the next level for more of the natural look. And that was that. We've kind of repackaged all these parts in here. This is really to come up with the best usability, the best function for the phone storage and the USB access, and the usability of all the switches was part of the consideration here. And finally, we have our IT system. This is our latest system. We're going across the car line with it, and it's our latest infotainment system. This has got Android Auto and CarPlay, of course. We've connected through telematics. And at the same time, let's see, what's the last point we did? Well, we did the seats, right? So this is our beautiful kind of high-tech imagery seats. They've got, it's this very, it's like an aniline leather, and we've gone with a new pattern and the diamond-shaped patterns to think to kind of give it a very high-tech, welcoming feeling. But these seats are beautiful, and they're really great. This was the kind of the best iteration we did on our zero-gravity seats. And we tried to maintain that when we did the styling change and we did the improvements to it. Didn't want to lose any of that comfort that we had in the past. this is our bread and butter V6 engine, right? So we got our combination of the V6 with the CVT transmission. We're always doing refinements of it, and we kind of have this thing we call D-step, which was where basically our customers were telling us that, I mean, the CVT is a great execution for fuel economy and all that, but they didn't like the way the RPMs were kind of hanging a little bit, which is the characteristic of a CVT. So we said, you know what? When you're driving it every day, when you're kind of at, let's say, low accelerator position, like 50%, when you're just getting on the gas like normal, it acts like a CVT. It gives you the great fuel economy that it's supposed to. At the same time, when you get on the gas, that was the thing that was a little negative on a CVT. So it would be hanging a little higher than people expect on the RPMs. So this way, it has a very natural, it's like 7 different shift points that it actually steps down when you're, like you feel like it would in a step transmission. So that was really the thing. We've always refined that so it kind of gives the best user experience for it. So that's one of the things we did. But basically, this is our bread and butter powertrain. Like I said, this is common, and we'll be talking about a little bit is more the unique points that it carries into the maximum. But for right now on the Murano, I think it's like 260 horsepower, well delivered, good balance of the vehicle weight, and with the all-wheel drive system, it really comes together. We have the 3 pillars of intelligent mobility, right? Intelligent drive, power, and integration. So the drive is kind of the confident feel, and confidence comes from safety and all the things you talked about. So actually, I didn't touch on it yet, but this, besides all the passive safety items like the airbags, this has all the kind of active safety, which is our Safety Shield 360. That's got the 6 elements, and Dan talked about it earlier, but we've got the active in the front and the rear. So we have that forward emergency braking on the front. We got rear emergency braking in the back. We've got intelligent high beam assist also in the front, blind spot warning, the intelligent cruise control. And one of the other points, which is not directly in that Safety Shield 360 package, but we've got that our rear door alert is newly adopted as well. And then I think that's on 9 of our models now. That was developed by our team in Michigan, and we now come across car by car with it, including Maxima and Murano.
Yeah. When is the new 2019 Murano going on sale?
Okay, it's very soon. It's definitely this winter, so we're in the final stages, and that's why we're revealing it today, and we're excited about it. But it should be in the next month or so. It'll be hitting the dealers.
There you go, guys. That should be everything you need to know about the 2019 Nissan Murano. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and tell us what you think. And of course, be sure to come back to TFLcar.com for the latest news, views, and real-world reviews. See you next time.